Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. We finally have some clarity on what's taking place behind closed doors with the CBA negotiations, as this $1 million offer isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Front Office Sports puts out an article. The WNBA's $1 million offer isn't what it seems. It seems as if you can't just sign on the dotted line, here's my $1 million contract. Nope, it's still going to be the $850,000, but I got to hit this marker, I got to hit that marker, and I got to hit that marker if I want to see the $1 million deal. Let's get right into it. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe. That would mean so much to me. The WNBA's $1 million offer isn't what it seems. Earlier this week, word emerged that the WNBA had offered its players a new collective bargaining agreement that included a maximum salary of over $1 million a year, a landmark figure in a league where the salary cap is currently just $1.5 million per team. Multiple sources familiar with the league's labor negotiations said that the numbers are misleading. While salaries can reach a maximum of more than $1.1 million in the league's offer, the base Supermax contract would still pay between $800,000 and $850,000 annually, as was the case in early October. Okay, so it seems as if those reports in early October of $850,000 were spot on originally. The $1.1 million figure represents combined earnings from a base salary and additional potential revenue sharing, the league sources said. Under the league's offer, no player would sign a contract in 2026 with a base salary of $1.1 million. The league and union did not comment. Oh boy. So who wrote this article? Andy Constable got a hold of this, got a hold of a little bit of the details, and before she came out and published this article, she reached out to the league for a response. She said, hey, you guys got anything to add over here? No? Okay. We're going to run with it. Under the current CBA, WNBA players have multiple ways to get paid directly from the league: base salary, contract bonuses, championships, all-star appearance, awards, etc., player marketing agreements, and revenue sharing, which has never been triggered. The Supermax salary in 2025 was $249,244, and the minimum was $66,000. Okay, so the Supermax in 2025 is $249,000. Even though it's not the $1.1 million deal like they wanted everybody to believe, if you go from $250 to $850, you get an extra $600,000. You more than triple what you're making. Seems like a pretty sweet deal. Bonus scale per player: WNBA champion, $20,000. Championship runner-up, MVP, first team, second team, all-star participants, all-star MVPs, so on and so forth. Potential earnings have been touted by the WNBA in recent years to promote the perception of higher salaries. In 2022, the WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert asserted under the league's pay structure, a top player could make up to $700,000 annually, more than triple the base Supermax salary in the WNBA at the time. In order for those potential earnings to become a reality, though, a player would have to earn bonuses throughout the regular season and be signed to a player marketing agreement. Player marketing agreements, which can earn players up to $250,000, began during the 21-22 season. However, most star players opted not to sign the deals with the league because they found them to limit other potential earnings from their name, image, and likenesses. The current CBA includes a revenue sharing model that would pay out players a percentage of excess revenue the league earned after a specific target was met. Beginning with the 2020 season, revenue sharing would have been triggered had the league increased its revenue by $20,000. Any money earned above that 20% increase would have been added to the revenue sharing bucket, and a percentage of the money would be paid to the players. The revenue sharing targets in the current CBA were cumulative, and the COVID pandemic in 2020 all but eliminated any chances players had at triggering them. According to multiple league sources, the players' share of revenue under the league's latest offer would not be significantly different than it is now. The WNBA has repeatedly pointed out that it is offering an uncapped model. The union has been seeking a system where they are guaranteed a percentage of revenue similar to how the salary caps are set in the NBA and NFL. The comprehensive proposals we have made to the players include a revenue sharing component that would result in the league's compensation increasing as league revenue increases without any cap on the upside. So the comprehensive proposal we have made to the players include a revenue sharing component that would result in the players' compensation increasing as the league revenue increases. So as the league makes more money, the players' compensation would make more money. As the league grows in revenue, the rev share agreement would increase. WNBA players' base salaries were about 9.3% of the league's total revenue in 2022. Bloomberg reported in 2023. Since then, the salary cap has increased by a fixed rate of 3% every year. However, while the player salaries have only increased by 3% per year, a report by Deloitte projected women's basketball revenues would jump from $710 million to $1.03 billion in 2025, implying that the player's share of league revenue has actually fallen as the league's business has grown. That is the heart of the dispute between the league and its players, and the collective bargaining agreement expires in 10 days. It sounds good, and they can always wave a big number in your face, veteran guard Sophie Cunningham told Front Office Sports recently. But what happens when the business continues to go up? Does that mean that our salaries are going to continue to go up, or will they stay the same? WNBA, what are you guys doing here? Even if you put it out in your initial reports, maximum salary is still going to be $850,000, but through incentives, you guys are going to have a chance to earn over $1 million. Still would have been on your side. But now we're at the point, folks, where we got to get into the smoke and mirrors. We got to play the public perception game. We got to get some narratives out there, some feelers out there to sway public opinion on our side or this side. WNBA should have just been upfront about, hey, this is what we're currently offering, $850,000 with the ability to earn over $1 million. As the business grows, the percent of rev sharing will grow. So if they're at 9.3 and let's say business increases from 1.03 billion to 1.15 billion, instead of getting the 9%, they'll get the 11%. Instead of getting when it goes to 1.3, instead of getting the 11%, they'll get the 13%. All you had to do was be transparent. Now the question is, what else is going on in these deals? What are some other sticking points, or is this the only sticking point that they're currently worried about? What's going on with the jersey sales? What's going on with the amenities? What's going on with the treatment? What's going on with the childcare, so on and so forth? I would have to assume that the owners are budging on all the other fronts. I would say the only holdup right now is the payment method and how much the ladies are going to be getting paid. But again, with the WNBA having Project B coming along, paying over $1 million to these ladies, and Unrivaled just being a home base for some of the lesser known players once Project B comes and takes all the big dogs, WNBA can't really afford these missteps like that if they want a 2026 season. Keyword, if they want a 2026 season. If they want a 2026 season. If they want the same pool of players. Again, I still feel like Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark, and Sabrina Ionescu, they got to join forces. They got to do whatever they can in their powers to kind of defect from the current union, the current players association, the current players union. They got to defect and start their own thing. They got to go to the owners on themselves and say, hey, we'll play with a bunch of replacements. How can we make that happen? That's what you guys are going to do. Say, we'll play with a bunch of replacements. That's no problem with us. Make it happen. Because if we play with a bunch of replacements, we're going to be getting paid tons more money than we are now. Because you're not going to be paying the replacements that much money. And the league is going to stay alive for the next couple of years until all of these college players come in. And that is really the only thing that can save the WNBA from these old guard players. They got to get out of here, and these new wave of college kids got to come in. The Juju Watkins, she needs to come in. The other lady on USC, Jazzy Davidson, she looks pretty damn good. She looks pretty good when she comes in, right? You got the Hannah Stolkes of the world, Malaysia Fulwiley's come on in, right? Hannah Hidalgo's coming in, Olivia Miles. Once the new generation can come in and start washing this league of the sins of the past days, then I think the WNBA could really have something here. Until then, it's going to be this give and take back and forth because the NBA is overlooking them. And the old players, nobody likes them. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Like the video, comment, subscribe. That means so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.